Tracking, alerting, protecting. This is WKYT This Morning.
Now at 5:30, new information on a deadly fire that took the life of a Western Kentucky University student. We'll have the details.
Also on WKYT this morning, school board members will be discussing the next step in picking a new superintendent for the Fayette County school system. We'll have more on today's major meeting ahead.
And a new store for Kentucky's healthcare exchange will open today at the Fayette Mall. These stories and breaking news as it happens on WKYT This Morning.
Pick your health care along with Christmas gifts there. We'll have more on that announcement coming up a little bit later. Good morning to you. It's so nice to have you along as we start this Thursday off. It's really cold out there this morning. I'm Bill Bryant.
And I'm Rebecca Smith. You took my word. I was going to say it's cold out there.
And it's going to be. That's the thing. Into the weekend and off into next week now. Let's check in with Micah. He's tracking it for us in our First Alert Weather Center.
Yeah, these temperatures just won't change. I mean, we stayed in the 30s for the most part yesterday. It was mid to upper 30s. And look, we're going to do it all over again today, except I think we're actually colder today. 31 now in Lexington, 30 in Frankfort. And as we head throughout the afternoon, we'll go 3 to 5 degrees higher than what you just saw there on the screen. Live sky camera clouds overhead. And some of those clouds, just like yesterday, could spit out a few flurries. And I believe that's going to be the case, especially down toward the southeast. That's the best opportunity, but nonetheless, don't be surprised if you see a few flurries, flakes fall out of the sky. But don't expect anything on the ground. 35 this afternoon, we head into the night. Before we even reach midnight, we're below freezing and well below it. Could we be seeing the teens, though, tomorrow morning? I'll show you that coming up next.
All right, thank you. Let's get to the news.
Fayette County Public School Board members will meet today to discuss what's next in their search for a new superintendent.
They will be officially accepting Dr. Tom Shelton's resignation as well. And WKYT's Mark Barber is live from the district office with a rundown of what they're going to discuss during today's meeting and how they go forward. Mark, good morning.
Good morning, Bill and Rebecca. Fayette County School Board members say the search to replace superintendent of 3.5 years will start this afternoon. Board members tell us during today's meeting they will start looking at possible interim superintendents and they will develop interview questions for interim candidates. We're told those candidates could come from the Kentucky School Board Association, which has a list of retired superintendents who are willing to fill in until the next superintendent is hired. Superintendent Tom Shelton announced last week that he is stepping down to become the executive director of the Kentucky Association of School Superintendents. Dr. Shelton's resignation comes on the heels of a state audit that found weak policies, failed communications, and poor financial management in the Fayette County Public Schools. School board members say they are shocked the embattled superintendent is leaving because they thought he would stay through the end of his contract. Dr. Shelton's last day will be December 31st. Board members will start looking for a candidate to replace him at 12 o'clock this afternoon. Live in Lexington, Mark Barber, WKYT.
All right, Mark, thank you. The idea is to get somebody on an interim basis to begin with, and then they'll try to get a permanent superintendent by next summer. A convicted murderer on Kentucky's death row will get the chance to argue that his sentence should be overturned.
A jury convicted John Mills of the 1995 murder of Knox County gospel singer Arthur Phipps. Mills says his lawyer didn't do a good job representing him, so he appealed his death sentence. Last month, the Kentucky Supreme Court ruled that Mills would receive a new penalty phase for his case, but the victim's daughter says the death sentence fits the crime.
I think the death penalty is the best thing for this man. He has so much anger. I wouldn't want him out on the streets again, so I certainly hope he never gets out of prison.
Prosecutors say Mills' murder conviction will not be changed, and he could still end up with the death penalty, even with a new penalty phase.
Friends of an eastern Kentucky murder victim are now trying to raise money to support 3 children who were in her care. State police say someone shot Patricia Lutz on Monday night outside of a Lee County home. She had custody of the children, and friends say they are hoping to keep the kids with their grandmother and out of foster care. Lutz's friends say she was a great mom and always was helping others.
I know that with her gone, the one thing that she would want would be her kids taken care of. And so that's why our focus is her kids. She was a wonderful mother. She was.
Now, if you would like to donate, you can take or mail a check to the Farmers and Traders Bank, and we have all the information about how to help out at WKYT.com.
New information on a story we first brought you last month. A house fire that killed a Western Kentucky University student was accidental. The fire started on Halloween on East Main Street in Bowling Green. It killed WKU sophomore Tyler English and injured another person. Investigators determined that the fire started in a trash can in an upstairs kitchen and was sparked by smoking materials that had been thrown out.
The time is 5:35 on WKYT this morning. We have an alert for homeowners this morning, a scam that could target you.
A Lexington man says his parents nearly lost thousands of dollars to a roofing business that promised work but never actually delivered. The man says he runs his family's business and takes care of his parents, who are now 90 years old. He says that one day when he wasn't around, a man named Chris Lane stopped by. The man did roofing work for about an hour and then wrote up a contract with numbers that didn't add up.
You kind of get upset with your parents because they allowed this to happen, and then you realize that the people doing this are professional. They're professional thieves.
Lexington police say a man associated with the roofing company has been charged with theft before. Luckily, Shannon was able to stop his father's check before it was cashed. He saved his dad about $2,500.
Well, Honda has reported that another person has been killed by an exploding faulty airbag. Honda says the woman was killed in Malaysia back in July. 5 deaths have now been linked to the flaw in the airbags. Those airbags were made by a Japanese firm called Takata. The previous 4 cases happened here in the United States. The defective airbags have caused the recall of millions of vehicles worldwide.
Russia's defense minister has announced that Russia will begin patrolling the Gulf of Mexico and the Caribbean. He says this is in response to escalating resentment against Russia from multiple countries over their presence in Ukraine. The long-range bombers will fly along Russian borders and the Arctic Ocean. This was a common maneuver during the Cold War era, but those flights were scaled back after the Soviet Union collapsed in 1991.
Well, 2 men are facing charges after stealing thousands of dollars in items from a Kentucky outlet mall. Simpsonville police say on Saturday, Anthony Ruffin and Jerome Harkness stole more than $7,000 in shoes, electronics, and jackets from the outlet shops of the Bluegrass. They say the men had a specially lined duffel bag that somehow blocked the alarm system from picking up on the security tags on the merchandise. But eventually, employees caught on and called the police. One of the men was arrested right in the parking lot, the other at a nearby restaurant.
And he was on surveillance cameras and stuff, and the mall has excellent cameras. I have to give it to them. They have some sharp cameras.
Police also say 2 people tried to steal some Armani suits from the mall on Monday, but they have not been caught. Police say the cases are not related. Well, the parents of Michael Brown Jr., the unarmed Missouri teenager who was killed by a police officer, have testified before a United Nations committee.
Leslie McSpadden and Michael Brown Sr. spoke to the UN Committee Against Torture yesterday in Geneva, Switzerland. That committee also works against cruel treatment by government authorities. The trip came as Brown's parents and many people throughout the U.S. brace for the results of grand jury deliberations. Jurors will decide whether the officer who shot Brown will be indicted.
Some sanctions have been dropped against an Eastern Kentucky high school basketball team that had been banned from playing this season. The Kentucky High School Athletic Association voted to let Cordia High School in Knott County play 15 games this season. But the team is still banned from postseason play for the next 2 years, and they'll be on probation through 2019. The KHSAA punished Cordia after some of the team's players did not meet eligibility requirements.
Churchill Downs announced it will buy an online game producer in a multi-million-dollar deal. They agreed to buy Big Fish in a deal worth up to $888 million. Both companies have agreed to the deal, which is pending regulatory approval. Representatives for Churchill Downs say they expect the deal to close by the end of the year. The CEO says the deal gives his company new products, customers, and growth opportunities.
All right. Well, coming this Saturday, there will be some new options for health care for Kentuckians.
And you can have access to one of those options starting today. WKYT's Whitney Wetzel is live near the Fayette Mall. Whitney, what can you tell us about the new Connect store opening up there?
Good morning. Well, as you know, Kentucky had a lot of success with this program last year. So this year, the state is opening a Connect store here at the Fayette Mall. It'll give people a chance to sign up for health coverage as well as get some holiday shopping done. Earlier this week, Governor Steve Beshear announced new ways for Kentuckians to check out the state's healthcare exchange. In addition to this new store opening where the old Avita store used to be, the state also announced a new mobile app, improvements to the website, and more representatives at call centers. Last year, more than 521,000 Kentuckians enrolled for insurance coverage through Connect. Many of those people did not have insurance before that. Governor Beshear will cut the ribbon at this afternoon's grand opening at 2:30. The open enrollment period for 2015 begins on Saturday and runs through February 15th. We have more information about enrollment on WKYT.com. Live in Lexington, Whitney Wetzel, WKYT.
All right, Whitney, thank you very much. In time for the holiday shopping season, a new boutique store is going to be opening tomorrow in Lexington. Country Club Prep is opening at 807 Euclid Avenue. It'll be just the second brick-and-mortar location for the company, which is based in Atlanta. Their first store was in Charlottesville, Virginia. The store sells clothing and accessories for men, women, and children. They have brands like State Traditions and Bourbon and Bow Ties and so forth.